How you doing, guys? I'm Sean. Welcome to Rambles with my camera. Guys, today's video, I'm going to be showing you here how to actually do time-lapse photography. Somebody's commented on the video that I made a while back there up in Belfast, the time-lapse outside the City Hall and in Corn Market. How did I do it? Now, obviously you can get different devices on the phones and on cameras and things like that. I'm using a 3300, and to say there's nothing there really that I can actually use built into the camera to get me to do time-lapse. So what I'm going to be using, I'm just going to be using a remote control. I'm going to set it on remote, and then every single 5 seconds I'm going to be hitting the shutter. Probably going to take between about 60, maybe 70 photographs. Bit boring. Now you can't get another device, and I'll put the links down below what exactly that is. But you could use that, but I'm going to be using this. Very simple to do. Set the camera on the program mode, and you're going to get the movement on. And the reason why I shoot it in program mode, it's going to let it think, because if you set it on manual and the lighting change, you can't really touch the camera, so you're going to have it set like that. So here we go, I'm going to get some shots. So now I normally always shoot in RAW, but because this is going to be all combined together, you don't really want RAW, so you just put it on till fine. You can actually, by the way, you can actually shoot it down until the normal mode if you wanted to. Okay guys, so I'm using Sony Vegas Movie Studio Platinum 11. I've got it about 5 years now, 4 to 5 years. Seems to be working. I have no need to update it. Now what you're going to do is you're going to import the photographs. Now I've already resized these to be in height 720. That's going to fall in line with the 1280 by 720 that the film's going to be. And check your own software, guys, because if you're going to be pulling in, say, 50 photographs, the last thing you want to do is to start overlapping them. Now, you want to make sure they're at least edge to edge, or just slightly overlapping by, probably about a quarter of a second. But what you don't want is any space in between, so they have to be side by side or slightly overlapped. And then what you're going to be doing is that, obviously, I'm only using 6 here. In this film clip, I'm going to be shooting, probably about putting 50 in. So what you're going to do then is, after you get them all set up, you're going to save your first clip. Now obviously you're wanting to save it your hard drive, wherever you do it. This one here is going to be 1280 by 720, and as I say, that if you're doing 1920 by 1080, it's entirely up to yourself. Give it a title, give this clip a title. So on this one here, I'm just going to call it time-lapse clip 1, and then I'm going to save this. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this back into this here Sony Vegas. I'm going to clean off them photographs so I have a blank canvas, so to speak. And then going to then pull in that clip 1, and then I'm going to show you how to resize that again, because now this is where you probably have to check your own software, guys, because this way here that I would normally do it, all I have to do is go to the edge of the photograph or the clip and hold down the control key and just drag it across, and show you that in a second. So basically that's the clip now. It's already been done. I'm going to drag that in. There you go. And basically, as you see yourself now, it's now about 25 seconds. Yeah, 25 seconds in total. And as I say, there's 6 photographs in there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to show you. So if I hit play there, all that really is 6 photographs overlapping. Quite boring, quite bland. You can still see that we jump. But what we want to do is to make it faster. Now in order to do that, I go over the edge of the clip. I hold in the control key and I just pull it straight in. And that's it now, reducing right down. I could pull it out and that makes it run very slow. So in and out, like a trombone player, I suppose. So that's that one in now, and I go to the edge. It's now 6 seconds. So it's gone from 25 seconds down to 6 seconds. I'm now going to be doing the exact same I done before. Saving hard, 1280 by 720. I'm going to call this time-lapse clip 2. Now, as I say, tell you, this is only showing you on the 6 photographs, but in this main film, I'm going to be showing you what it's like with 50 until it, and it's quite monotonous in the long run. But basically, guys, that's the gist of it. And what you're going to be doing is you're going to be pulling that in, doing clip 2, shrinking it down, clip 3, and then you're going to be clip 4 up until the speed that you want. But basically that's it, guys. That's what I do. Here's the clip here. That's actually about the 50 clips. Now you could change the speed all you want. It would be far better if it had a lot of white clouds in the sky. That's me just taking it from a different angle there. Obviously as here you have a group of the tourists standing, and because there's not much movement about, it looks quite bland enough, apart from that chemtrail going across the top there. But that just gives you an idea, guys, of doing it. And yeah, it's really fun for me because it's relatively new. I've only started doing this in the past few months. It's me now in the Happany Bridge, one of the the main visitors points in Dublin. Same thing again. And depending on how fast the people are walking or the traffic's going, will dictate how long you're holding it. But it's all about 5 seconds each. Guys, so that's the gist of it. And just have fun with it. And it's like everything else. We're all learning on this journey. There's easier ways to do it. I'm sure there is. And especially with these machines you can just attach to the camera or going through an app on your phone. You can actually take a video clip and then do that with one video clip and reducing. There's a Belfast City Hall. Once again, a time lapse. But this is just the way I do it. And no you're asking how I done it. And that's it. You can see the difference in the lighting there with the program mode. If I was manually setting that every single time, the camera's going to be shaking and you're going to get blur. But when you're on the tripod on program mode and you're letting it doing its business. So guys, just to recap, now obviously get yourself a tripod. You need to use a tripod. Be very careful where you sight the tripod, because obviously if it's on a bridge and people are walking along a bridge, it's going to start bouncing, it's going to start movement. Watch nobody, the pedestrians bumping into it and things like that. Reduce the image size on the photographs prior to taking the photograph. Go into your cameras. No use of shooting raw, no use of shooting large image file sizes here. If you're going to be shooting 50, maybe 60, depending on how many you're going to be shooting, there's no use using up all that space, all that file size, when in reality you're just going to compress it anyway. But you want to make sure that the file size is not smaller than the film size that you're going to do. And so in other words, if I'm going to be wanting 1280 by 720, there's no use me reducing in the camera the file size that the photographs are going to be less than 720, because whenever I go to make that film, it's saying I'm going to stretch the photograph, which you don't want. Set the camera to P mode, and the reason why I do that is simple, because if you've got, obviously I'm manually shooting the camera. If the lighting's constantly changing, I'm in manual, then how are you going to change that during the shot without moving the camera or creating camera shake? So it's far better to put in P mode, and just that works for me. Set the camera to remote, and also take photographs every 5 seconds or less. This will really depend on the amount of people, the speed of the people, the traffic, the cloud scene, whatever you're going to be photographing. Just experiment, guys. But like I would say, you'd be every 5 seconds or less. But you can check it out. Shoot at least 50 photographs. Be prepared to shoot 60, shoot more. If you have that device, you can just hit start and let it do the business, and you go and get yourself a cup of coffee. But if you're doing it manually, it can be a bit monotonous, but it's only a bit of fun and everything. So guys, listen, I hope you found that interesting. As I say, this is a new section of journey for me, and I just wanted to share it with people asking how I did it. And that's the way I did it, I suppose. And I hope you found it helpful, and maybe get out there and do it yourself. Guys, listen, thanks very much for watching. If you haven't already done so, please do subscribe and give this video a wee like if you like it. Helps to get it out there with the old Google crowd and YouTube crowd. And the more likes you get it, obviously the more people's going to see it. And if you haven't already done so, you check me out on Twitter and on Facebook. Also rambleswithmycamera.com, and check out my Flickr page. All the links are down below. Guys, listen, send you love from Ireland, and thanks again for watching.